Sound familiar? If so, then you're probably a Glee too. Don't worry, you're not alone.
How do you feel about the spread of Glee so far?
The spread of Glee, that sounds
horrible.
Like a contagious, like the bubonic plague. We are,
It's amazing.
We're all over the We place. are everywhere.
We're
infectious.
Yeah.
And the Golden Globe goes to?
Glee.
And the Emmy goes to Jane Lynch, Glee.
Your choice for favorite new TV comedy?
Glee!
Over 8 million viewers tune in each week to get their fix of show tunes. Seems that with all of these followers, Glee has the power to influence public opinion.
Media's influence on public opinion extends, across a variety of formats. So there's news, which has an effect on public opinion because it purports to tell people what's going on in the world. Then there's entertainment, which has an effect of public opinion by sort of filling in the background, giving people a sense that they understand the way the world works. So entertainment and news sort of work together to construct an image of the world that very much tells people what's important, what they should worry about, what they should be thinking about, and all of that can translate into what we call public opinion.
It seems that the characters of Glee play an active role in influencing public opinion. Meet Kurt Hummel. Not exactly your average high school student. Many people don't know what it's like to be the only openly gay student in their school.
Because gay people are typically there as a sort of accessory for the straight main characters. So the gay best friend is an accessory. Comic relief is an accessory. They're never the center of attention. And even more important in many ways, gay people are never in a gay world. They're always shown as somewhat of an outsider in a straight world.
Though Glee adheres to some of these stereotypes, it still puts a greater effort in portraying the relationship struggles faced by gay men. Kurt's male peers constantly harass him, making it impossible for him to form close relationships with them. Many of Kurt's relationship issues are caused by the self-affirmation theory. Take his relationship with Finn. Not only is Finn the star quarterback at Kurt's school, but he also happens to be Kurt's future stepbrother. When Finn and his mom move in with Kurt and his father, things don't exactly go over well.
It's just a room, Finn! We can redecorate it if you want to!
Okay. Good. Well, then the first thing that needs to go is that faggy lamp, and then we need to get rid of this faggy couch.
Hey! What did you just call him?
Let's stop right there. What does Finn have against Kurt? Let's go back to self-affirmation. Perhaps he fears that his masculine football player image is threatened by Kurt's homosexuality. As sad as it is, this happens in real life. Let's ask someone who knows from experience.
Straight men, for me, in terms of building relationships, whether it be friendships or, what have you, whether it's like a family member or whatever, have always been somewhat more difficult for me as a gay man. Not to say that that's necessary or that there's something inherently difficult between gay men and straight men, but for whatever reason, and I'm sure that there are numerous, building relationships with straight men for me has been intimidating, likely because, so like Kurt in the show has faced a lot of issues of like prejudice and discrimination and hatred and things like that. I went through that as a young teen as well, and so I think, and it was largely came from straight men, and so I think that has always created somewhat of a sense of intimidation for me, and so seeking out a relationship with a straight man is less likely for me than straight women, gay men, anyone else essentially.
Not only do homosexuals have issues with their straight male peers, but they also struggle in forming relationships with their families. Meet Bert. He likes going hunting and playing baseball. He also happens to be Kurt's father. But Bert has a hard time dealing with his son's homosexuality. In one episode, Kurt attempts to act straight in order to please his father. He even goes so far as to date a cheerleader.
Do not enter under any circumstances. I'm making out with a girl.
Dad, I really need you to respect my privacy. Brittany and I were just having sexual relations.
As you can imagine, this phase didn't last long. However, actions like this can be explained by self-affirmation.
Hey darling, I can remember when you could stop a clock. Oh, but ain't that America for you and me? Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that America? Home of the free.
Because he wants to be seen as socially acceptable and he wants to please his father, he acts more masculinely, going against what he truly is. Still, Bert accepts Kurt for what he is, and even protects him when necessary.
Hey! What did you just call him?
Oh, no, I didn't call him anything. I was talking to the blanket.
You use that word. You're talking about him.
Relax, Dad. I didn't take it that way.
Yeah, that's because you're 16 and you still assume the best in people. You live a few years, you start seeing the hate in people's hearts. Even the best people. You use the N-word?
Of course not.
Yeah, how about retard? You call that nice girl in Cheerios with Kurt, you call her a retard?
Becky, no, she's my friend. She's got Down syndrome. I never call that. That's cruel.
But you think it's okay to come in my house and say faggy?
But that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant!
It's refreshing to have a television show portray a father standing up for his gay son.
They're being progressive in the sense that when the gay kid, the sort of primary gay character, comes out to his father, ultimately there's a positive reaction, and the father is supportive. This is not something you take for granted, and in fact, in the standard media stereotype, the mother is always more supportive than the father, so they're operating against the stereotype.
Though Glee has made strides in going against the stereotypes of gays, some believe that it still isn't fully accurate.
I think that there's an element in the show that I do find uncomfortable and problematic, where like the gay character in the show is almost vilified for seeking out male relationships. A number of times in the show where Kurt was told, like, you're only pursuing this relationship because you like think of this person as a like sexual fantasy or an object or something like that. And I think that portrayal of a young gay teen who's like who's like going through everything that teens go through, like like sexual tension and things like that, as a problem. Like, you can't establish relationships with straight men because the only reason you're doing it is because it's a sexual desire or whatever, is a problem. And it kind of vilifies the gay character in the show as having only ulterior motives.
Though this is true at times, Glee adds an ingenious twist that counteracts this stereotype. One of the football players that taunted Kurt the most did the unexpected.
I am talking to you!
Girls' locker room's next door.
What is your problem?
Excuse me?
What are you so scared of?
Besides you sneaking in here to peek at my junk?
Oh, yeah, every straight guy's nightmare that all us gays are secretly out to molest and convert you. Well, guess what, Hamhock? You're not my type.
That right?
Yeah. I don't dig on chubby boys who sweat too much and are gonna be bald by the time they're 30.
Do not push me, Hummel.
You gonna hit me? Do it.
Don't push me!
Hit me, because it's not gonna change who I am. You can't punch the gay out of me any more than I can punch the ignoramus out of you.
Get out of my face!
You are nothing but a scared little boy who can't handle how extraordinarily ordinary you are.
Once again, these actions can be explained by self-affirmation. It's obvious that Kurt was seen as a threat to the football player's masculinity. He constantly harassed Kurt to rid of what could expose his true sexual orientation, one that is seen as socially unacceptable. So let's recap. One of the main characters, Kurt, has a hard time forming relationships with straight males like his father and Finn and every other macho football player at school. Kurt tries to act straight.
See, Brittany and I were just having sexual relations.
And calls him faggy, and a football player kisses Kurt. These can be explained by self-affirmation. Compared to real gay men's struggles, Glee seems to accurately portray what they have to deal with. So now can we answer the question of Glee's influence in public opinion? Not exactly, but like Rose said, we do know that it helps people realize that homosexuality is okay. And that's what we learned from Glee.
Da